Look up. A blue sky unmarked by clouds. Perfect, but hard like stone. Bring your eyes down a little. Minarets, towers, and gold leaf glinting off the tips of flagpoles where brightly coloured pennants flutter. Bring your eyes down further. Walls, locked gateways, gutters filled with trash. In a doorway, a boy huddled under a tattered blanket. Qassim the Divided. It's always been like this. No mother, no father, and with his face divided, one side light, one side dark. Makes you feel strange to see it. Makes you feel funny in your tummy, and nobody likes that. Some people spit when they pass it. Some people kick. Some people will drop a small coin so that his bad luck doesn't pass on to them. And with a few of those coins, Qassim can buy some bread and then go back to his doorway to be kicked, cursed, spat at. And he does have one thing that makes his life bearable. He's always had it since he was first found. He's got a wooden flute, and that wooden flute makes such a pure and such a clear sound that when he blows it, takes the bad feelings away. He breathes, and off with the sound drifts sadness. Off with the sound drifts anger. Off with the sound drifts shame. But finding a place to play a flute is hard in this crowded city of ours. If you play it in the alleyways, people curse at you for blocking the place they need to get past with their donkey carts. If you play it in the shady courtyards, people move you on. They say you're breaching the peace. If you play it in the market, you can't play it in the marketplace. There's people shouting their wares. Carrots, carrots, onions. There's people playing dice. There's people laughing, shouting. You can't hear yourself speak in the market. There's no peace there. One day, Qassim finds himself in a new part of the city he's not seen before. On here, there's a great big stone wall, very high. On the other side, across the way, there's some houses all shuttered up, and down the middle there's a row of trees. What to do? Well, Qassim tries climbing a tree. It's not so hard. There's a bark. It's kind of lumpy. It comes in bits, almost like a pattern, like scales. So he's up like a ladder, up to the top. And at the top of the tree, there's a place almost like a nest where all the different branches come out from, and you can sit in there. Look down. Nobody can see you from the street. It's a private place. He gets out his flute and he starts to play. And as he plays, that pure, clear tone, he looks around. He can see over that wall, peers over the wall. There is a perfect, jewel-like paradise garden. Paths wandering around, and in between them patches of clear green grass, and then trees with brightly coloured flowers, and beneath them pools of shade that you could sit in. In the middle, right in the middle, there's a round pond with white marble around it, and in it lilies grow, and orangey golden fish turn and drift. He carries on playing, and as he plays and as he gazes into the garden, into its steps the most beautiful girl. She has long dark hair and sad dark eyes. She walks and she sits on a little stone bench next to the pool and gazes in at the fish who turn. Qassim plays and gazes at the girl, and the girl listens and gazes at the fish, until night falls and she slips away back to her house. Well, the next day Qassim's there again up the tree playing the flute, and again, yes, out comes the girl and she sits and she gazes, and he plays and she gazes, and every day. And he wants to know who she is. Who is this girl that sits in the garden? He never sees anyone else in there. So he goes to the market and he bends his ear and he listens to what the people are saying. And some are saying, the great king has a daughter, but we've never seen her. The great king is so jealous of his daughter, so protective of his daughter, he won't let anyone see her. She's like a prisoner in there, like a prisoner in a gilded cage. Apparently she's so beautiful. Oh, everybody says she's beautiful. Everybody says she's got long dark hair, beautiful eyes. Everybody, yes, but nobody's seen her. Qassim's seen her, and his heart grows heavy. Daughter of the great king. How could someone like him, with this divided face, how could someone like him meet her? Oh, you can see her. That's all it'll ever be. Uproar. An army has besieged the city. Yeah, they came from the desert. They came from nowhere. They came one night, and in the morning we woke up and there was an army all around the city with shields, with spears, with swords. They've made a ring of steel around our city. We can't get out. And we can't get stuff in. If we can't get out and stuff can't come in, there's no way to get food in. We're going to starve here. We are going to starve here unless we smash that army and get out. And the king pulls together his fighters. He pulls them together and gives them what weapons he have, and they go out there, and a cloud of dust goes up, and there's clangs and crashes and bangs and screams. And when the dust settles, our army are lying still on the ground. And the besieging army is still there, a ring of steel around our city. And the king calls the people together. He makes a proclamation. He says, we need a hero. We need someone who can smash our way, someone who can find a way through the army. We need someone to go out there. If anyone could do this, if we can find a warrior who can get us out of this situation, then they can have anything. They can have gold. They can marry my daughter. Ahmad knows what he needs to do. He takes himself to the market. He takes himself to the corner of the market where strange things are sold. He takes himself to the corner of the market where strange deeds are done. And he goes to one particular cubicle, the place where changes are made. He pulls back a curtain and he steps into the shadows. The shadows smell of mercury and verdigris and antimony, spices. There's a question. He gives his answer. He gives his answer very clearly. There's another question. No, he doesn't have any money. And a hand reaches out, and he puts his flute into the hand, and the fingers close. The hand disappears back into the shadows. Next morning, on the plain outside the gates of the city, there is a vision. A mighty metal warrior, taller than a man, with a breastplate of iron, with a mask of steel, with weapons we've never seen before. And a dust cloud raises as there are clashes and bangs and there are screams. And as the dust settles, the besieged army are lying still, and the metal warrior stands in the middle. And the gates of the city open, and the metal warrior walks through, and there are throngs of people, thousands. Everyone in the city has come to watch, but we are silent as the metal warrior walks past. And he walks up to the gates of the palace. Kaboom! 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 The gates of the palace open. There's the great king, but he's not looking so great. He's looking small. He says, "Oh, great warrior, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. We can give you anything. We can give you anything you need. Anything you want, gold or silver. Anything you want is ours. Anything we have is yours. You promised your daughter." Yes, I promised my daughter. Here she is. And he brings his daughter forward. He says, "Daughter, you have been promised to this warrior." The warrior steps forward and he kneels. even kneeling, his head is higher than the daughter's. He reaches, undoes a clasp. His mask falls open, and there is a face of gold, a face of gold and beaten gold, as clear as beautiful. And he says, "Girl, your father commands you to marry me. What is your will?" The girl says, "O warrior, my father commands me, and I must follow his will. But for me, there was a boy, and he played his flute, and the sound was so clear and so pure that it drove away sadness. When he breathed, the sound took away anger and took away shame, and his face, when you looked at his face, it was like summer and winter together, or the sun and the moon riding in the same sky. So if my father says I must marry you, I must marry you, but my heart will be with that boy." And the warrior drew the mask across his face, fastened the latch, and he stood, and he turned, and he walked through the silent city, and the gates closed behind him, and he walked into the desert, and we never saw him again. And that's how the story ends.